Welcome back to the Pistol Report. My name is John Francois. I'm the Senior Instructor for Archangel Technologies. And in our last video we discussed bullet design, jacketed hollow point, and full metal jacket or ball. But before we get started, let's do our 4 rules of gun safety. The gun's always loaded. Don't put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Know your target and what's behind it. And don't let the barrel of your firearm point at anything you're not willing to destroy. So let's move right along. And so we discussed jacketed hollow point and how as it travels through the body, it expands or mushrooms. That's some more of my shaky art showing a mushroomed jacketed hollow point. Now we're going to move on to more terminal ballistics. And what we have is a depiction of a human torso and what happens when the bullet hits the target, and after an inch or two, depending on the speed of the bullet and the caliber, it will start to expand. And as it expands, the red indicates a permanent wound channel, which means this is destroyed and damaged tissue inside. As it bullet travels and it expands and it goes from this and transfers into this, it gets wider as it travels, doing more damage to bone, organs, muscle, and tendon. As it travels through and it starts to fold back on itself again, the channel starts to narrow again. These lines indicate hydrostatic shock or shock waves that are being imparted into the semi-fluidous parts of the body. So muscle, organs, they're going to have shock waves imparted to it, kind of like a stone being dropped into a bucket of water or a pond. You see the ripples moving out. Their intensity decreases the further away it gets from the point of the path of the travel of the bullet. And then once the bullet has dispensed or used up all of its energy, it will come to rest, hopefully in the target. And that's why the jacketed hollow point is mainly used in law enforcement and for self-defense, is because it doesn't as easily travel through the body with as little resistance and maybe exit and hit somebody else or not do enough damage inside the human body to stop the attack. So now we're going to discuss the main 3 ways that a bullet stops an attack of an individual. First and foremost is a rapid drop in blood pressure. If the bullet hits any main blood carrying vessels and that blood is no longer being pumped to the brain, that incapacitates the person due to lack of blood going to the brain. The second way is instantaneous traumatic shock, or if the bullet hits somebody, we have nerve endings all over our body. And if that bullet hits someone, that message that goes to the brain from that point of injury may cause the brain to be overwhelmed and cause the person to immediately go into shock and be incapacitated. And then the third and the best way is a direct hit to the central nervous system, i.e., brain, brainstem, spinal cord, anything in those central nervous system bundles that control the function of the body. That's going to stop somebody immediately. From the injury point down, if it's in the neck, if it's a complete severing of the spine, then that person from the neck down has no more ability to do anything. So once again, the first way is as that bullet tears through the human body, it creates a loss of blood pressure to the brain by causing internal or external bleeding from the body. The second way is when that bullet hits, sometimes these shock waves and the message that's sent to the brain, sometimes the person will go into shock. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it does. and that's another way to stop the attack immediately. Then you have a hit directly to the central nervous system, the brain, brainstem, spinal cord, anywhere from about the eyes, and we'll discuss something called the terminal T another time. But for now, we'll leave off there, and if you have any questions about any of this, please leave them in the comments.